All right, everybody, welcome back. We are diving deep today, and this time it's something that could actually hit your wallet
Yeah.
pretty hard. We're talking about the U.S.-Canada trade war.
Ooh, yeah.
So remember back when Trump slapped those tariffs on Canadian goods,
Yeah, I remember.
and then Trudeau retaliated?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Well, things have not cooled down at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
They're heating up.
Yeah, they're really healing up, and we need to break down why this is such a big deal. So to understand this whole thing, like, where did this even come from?
Yeah. Well, the Trump administration, they argued that tariffs were necessary to, try and curb that flow of fentanyl
Yeah.
coming from Canada. And then also, to address illegal immigration.
Okay, wait a minute.
But let's be real.
Yeah.
This sounds familiar, right?
Yeah, it does.
Like protectionist measures, they kind of, masquerade as these solutions
Right.
to national security concerns, but the actual impact
Yep.
is debatable.
So you're saying it's not just about fentanyl and immigration. There's something else going on here.
Oh, there's a bigger game for sure.
Okay, so what is it then?
I mean, trade wars, they're rarely like isolated incidents,
Yeah.
They often stem from these like deeper economic anxieties
Mhm.
and even political maneuvering.
Okay.
And, in this case, the choice of targets
Uh-huh.
for those retaliatory tariffs, well, that speaks volumes.
You're talking about how Canada strategically targeted
Yes.
goods from Republican-led states, right?
Yes.
Like,
Hitting them where it hurts.
exactly. Hit them where it hurts.
Politically, that is.
Yeah, they imposed tariffs on like a whopping 165 billion
Wow.
Canadian dollars worth of American goods.
Okay, so.
Think about this. We're talking like Florida orange juice,
Duh.
Kentucky bourbon,
No way.
Tennessee whiskey,
Wow.
products deeply embedded in the economies of these states.
Right.
The goal is to put pressure, on these Republican lawmakers
I see.
to push back against those protectionist policies,
That's fascinating how these like everyday things.
It's like orange juice or bourbon or whiskey.
Right.
They become like these weapons
They do.
in this economic tug of war.
Exactly.
So beyond all this political stuff, though,
Yeah.
what does this mean for, the average person?
Yeah.
Are we going to actually feel the pinch from all of this?
Oh, unfortunately, yeah, economists are predicting, some serious consequences.
Oh,
Like for Canada, their economy could contract like by 2%.
wow.
Potentially even tipping them into a recession.
Oh, man.
And for Americans,
Yeah.
we'll get ready to pay more at the pump and even at the car dealership.
Hold on. How would tariffs on Canadian goods make fuel prices go up in the U.S.?
Well, it's counterintuitive, but you see those tariffs on the Canadian and the Mexican steel and aluminum.
Yeah.
Well, they drive up the cost of production for American manufacturers,
Oh, I see.
including those in the auto industry.
Right.
And then those increased costs are passed on to
To us.
the consumers, right?
Right.
And remember,
Yeah.
the U.S. relies heavily on Canadian oil imports.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So these tariffs disrupt the supply chain,
Right.
and that leads to those higher prices at the pump.
So these tariffs, they're like a double whammy.
Yeah, they are.
It's higher prices for us, and it could hurt businesses
Absolutely.
in the U.S. It just seems like this whole trade war, it feels like a symptom to something bigger.
It really does.
Is globalization part of the problem here?
I think it is. I think globalization, it's created this complex web
Yeah.
of all these interconnected economies, and what might seem like a targeted action
Uh-huh.
against one country can ripple out, across the entire globe.
I see.
Take Volkswagen, for example. They've already voiced concerns
Yeah.
about potential disruptions to their supply chain
Wow.
because they source parts from both the U.S. and Canada.
So what started as like this North American thing is
Right.
now like global.
It is.
That's kind of scary.
And, and if this escalates further, we could be looking at a full-blown trade war
Right.
where nobody wins, everybody loses.
Okay, so to recap, we've got this trade war.
Yeah.
Fueled by political stuff, economic anxieties, higher prices for us,
Yeah.
and it could slow down both economies.
Both the economies.
And it's not just local, it's global.
It's a global issue.
This is a lot. It feels like we're just at the beginning.
Oh, we are.
And that's what's so interesting, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like we always think of trade wars as these abstract things,
Right. Yeah.
Political battles, but they actually impact
They do?
our daily lives.
Yeah.
So if this keeps escalating,
Yeah.
what other things could get caught in the crossfire?
Well,
It's something to think about.
it is definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Thanks for joining us today on this deep dive. It's been really fascinating stuff.
It has. Thanks for having me.
And we'll be back with another one soon.
All right. Sounds good.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.